Shabbat Shalom. I am Rabbi Lauren Werber at Congregation Beth Adam in Cincinnati, Ohio, and happy to share this few moments of Shabbat with each of you. We begin with a reflection. In this place, at this moment, we come together to welcome Shabbat. We take pause, breathe in life, and reflect on the importance of each of our lives. We feel the touch of spirit on the body, the presence of fellow human beings across space. We embrace our uniqueness and our diversity, our capacity to create, to explore, to change our world. In sharing Shabbat, this oasis in time, we nourish our spirit. We are connected with each other, with our ancestors, with the earth, the sky, and the whole of humanity and nature. Ma yafeh hayom, how beautiful is this day, a Sabbath of connection, a Sabbath of peace.
Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Night seeps up from the ground. Light falls from the stars, distant, icy, ancient beyond all who came before. But the light of the Sabbath is warm. The light of the Sabbath is ours. The light of the Sabbath is of this time, of this place, of lives that know the past only in a dream. As we kindle these lights, we create a place of warmth. As we kindle these lights, we welcome this time for reflection. As we kindle these lights, we stake our claim. And while these lights burn, this time is ours. Baruch ha'or ba'olam, blessed is the light within the world. Baruch ha'or ba'adam, blessed is the light within each person. Baruch ha'or ba'Shabbat, blessed is the light of Shabbat. We join together with different voices and shared ideas to celebrate the Sabbath. We affirm our bond with our people and our heritage. Shabbat allows us to draw strength from one another, to bridge our separateness, to reflect on our shared place in the world. On this Sabbath, we clear our eyes of everyday cares to look beyond ourselves. We share the visions of our ancestors who strive to bring life and light into the world. Together as Jews throughout the world, we attempt what we cannot do alone. Together, we build bridges of strength and beauty to carry us through our daily lives as we step forward to embrace the future. All life is a very narrow bridge. The important thing is not to be controlled by fear. Kol ha'olam kulo Gesher Tsar Ma'od.
כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל.
When my mother was a child, she lived in an apartment with her grandparents in the apartment above. As Passover approached each year, she knew that one day she would come home to an unusual spectacle, to large fish, probably carp, swimming in the bathtub. Her grandmother would later gut those fish and use them to prepare the gefilte fish for the Passover Seder. That same grandmother would make my mother laugh with her combinations of Yiddish and English. She had immigrated here from Eastern Europe. And from the way that she would pair every possible set of English idioms backwards. She would say things like, put on your socks and shoes. She would ask for the pepper and salt. She would walk forth and back. She would tell the kids to stop running out of the house and into the house, or to go down and up the stairs. As I was growing up, I never encountered fish swimming in my bathtub, for which I'm a bit grateful. But once a year, I did try to avoid the house for a couple of days because of the strong smell of that same fish being grounded up by my mother to make gefilte fish for our Seder. It's absolutely the only gefilte fish I've ever liked, and it holds a whole lot of memories and a whole lot of love for me. I wanted to share a story of my family this evening, and I could have chosen one of many. I debated the intriguing story of that same great-grandmother's journey to the United States, but decided that would wait for another time. And I thought about the time spent with my own grandmother after Sunday school each week, at her apartment, where I would roast marshmallows over her gas stove and soak in her energy and humor and love. I wanted to share a story as a way to share a bit about the curriculum we've been developing this summer for our students at Beth Adam. Both of our classes will be sharing stories as the entryway into reflective character development and hopefully a sense of increased belonging in the Jewish world. And I wanted to share this because it gives a sense of who we are as a community and as a congregation. So our younger class will begin with questions we all ask. These are questions like, what do I do when I don't feel like I'm good enough? Or when the world, when things feel too big to manage? How can I tell if someone needs help and what I can do? What if doing the right thing scares me? What if something just doesn't feel right? What do I do when things don't go the way I hoped? After relating these challenges to their lives, our students will look to Torah stories that speak to the same questions, that remind us or could remind us of strategies and characteristics that might help us navigate a path. The goal is for these stories to be companions that remind students of these characteristics, these strategies that they might choose as they develop their own sense of self and of values. Our older students will be studying Jewish peoplehood this year, beginning with the diaspora. Instead of studying individual places one by one, which is often done, they'll be introduced to a handful of people from all over the world, through videos, through letters, through recipes, through Zoom calls, through whatever these people choose to do, all telling stories of what it means to be Jewish in their own lives. Each week, we'll look at different aspects of Jewish life with input from one or more of these people who will come to be our cousins. The stories, like the story of the gefilte fish, aren't meant to be the biggest moments, but stories about everyday life, everyday experience for different Jewish people. My friend, who is a Holocaust survivor, and her granddaughter will share stories of celebrating Shabbat together and of laughing on vacations before they ever mention the Holocaust. My friend in London will tell the story of her mother coming from Egypt and the smells from the kitchen growing up before she ever talks about the challenges in London today. An Iraqi Jewish family in Israel will talk about the dozens of family members who come for Shabbat and hopefully share the recipe for kubeh, a special soup that they make on many of those weeks, before they talk about their journey and why they undertook it. An Argentinian American who grew up in Argentina will hopefully share his connections to Jewish music, as well as the things he liked to do as a child growing up, and then share his experiences in the United States. Here, the stories are the entryway. They remind us that we live distinct and unique Jewish lives, and yet there are things that absolutely connect us across space and time, a lesson we've all learned through these services and other experiences. The best way to feel connected is to understand people, and the best way to do that is to meet them and hear their stories. Imagine what the world could look like if we really listened to one another's stories, to the pain, the joy, the common feelings of hope, fear, disappointment, resilience, love. Imagine if we understood through stories what we share, what transcends the details of sometimes very different experiences, what transcends the languages we speak, the religions we practice, the politics we ascribe to. Because it's through stories that we appreciate difference and find commonality, that we share humanity. Shabbat, in many ways, encapsulates the story of the Jewish people. As Hebrew essayist Achad Ha'am very famously said, more than the Jewish people have kept the Sabbath has kept the Jewish people. I don't believe that any particular observance of the Sabbath is so crucial, but the Sabbath itself and the stories that grow around us, that has sustained us. It's the family time, the reflective time, the chance to envision a better world at the very same time as we give thanks for the world we inhabit. It's the story of a people finding goodness and hope for one day a week since the beginning of that people. And it's a story we continue today and every week. In our youth education program this year, stories of our families and our people will be filling the air. May each of us on this Shabbat and throughout the year remember and share our stories as well. Ken Yehi Ritzonenu. May it be our will. Remembering the stories of those people who we have loved and who live on through their stories, through memory, we turn to our memorial and to the words first of Rabbi Lawrence Kushner. Each person has a Torah, unique to that person, his or her innermost teaching. Some seem to know their Torahs very early in life and speak and sing them in a myriad of ways. Others spend their whole lives stammering, shaping, and rehearsing them. Some are long, some are short. Some are intricate and poetic. Others are only a few words. And still others can only be spoken through gesture and example. But every soul has a Torah. To hear another say Torah is a special gift, precious gift. For each soul, by the time of their final hour, the Torah is complete. The teaching is done. We remember those we've loved and lost, as well as those who have only us to remember. Ein bidei ha'mavet ha'koach la'kor ma shetamun balev. Death cannot take that which is locked in our hearts. With our tears and our sorrow, we remember. With our courage and our strength, we do not forget. Acts of kindness, deeds of courage will remain. Beauty created, wisdom shared is not lost. With our tears and our sorrow, we remember. Im demaot beinenu ve'et avleinu, nishmor al zecher ahuvenu. With our tears and our sorrow, we remember. Zecher tzadik livracha. May the memory of good people bless our days. We turn to blessing and joy as we lift our wine. As we lift this cup of wine, tribute to life's enchantments, may we find joy and contentment in our human endeavors. Bruchim hachayim ba'olam. Blessed is the life within the world. Bruchim hachayim ba'adam. Blessed is the life within us. L'chaim. We close very simply with a song of joy and a very few words after talking about stories. Bim bam, Shabbat, Shalom.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.
May we know blessings those who are near. May we know blessings those who are far. May the Sabbath bring its goodness to everyone soon, wherever they are. May we know blessings through the day. May we know blessings through the night. May health be for all children. All things soon be right. May we know blessings in our comings. May we know blessings when we depart. May we live each day with peace and wisdom in each heart. May it be a Sabbath of peace, of love, of stories, of rejuvenation, of peace. Shabbat Shalom.